verging on a mark higher than everybody but Diana.
Hi, hello, good morning, everyone. Alright. God, hindi ko alam paano ko to ano. Ayan.
Tremendous twisting work to get around and fully aligned.
Hi everyone, how are you all?
Really
Hope you are all
close.
doing well.
She almost stays on there. Look at the physical energy put into getting up to tuck around twice at the conclusion.
Hello everyone, hope you are all doing well there. Right, so ito yung live.
Incredible young athlete.
Good morning, Mijina. Hope you are doing well there. I'm just using phone here. Medyo I'm still getting it done.
She only recently returned to international competition after the Olympiads at the lovely city of Jesolo Trophy.
Hope you are good there, bro.
The World Cup calendar. 11.6. So that is a drop of about a mark and a half from the preliminary stage for the Romanian. It means that Christina Zwicker has stayed in the lead.
Nice to see you.
Here's the top qualifier.
Oh, Hungary.
Of Hungary.
Yes.
The same as Sabrina Meneka-Voynia in qualification, 13.133, but with higher execution. Indeed, the highest execution of anyone in qualifying, for reasons like that.
Chef. Still good. All right. There you go. More stable now.
That's good stability in the wolf turns.
This is live stream. I subscribe to Fig, so balance beam finals now po. Oh, it's a good save.
What smoothness to hold on to that.
That's a good save.
Instinctive adjustment.
Galing. Please subscribe, like, and share to restart the gymnastics. Thank you very much.
Well, she's making an excellent case to go into the gold medal position here.
Very awesome.
Side aerial, well performed. Side somersault.
Side somersault. Ang ganda. Galing.
Stable.
Very aesthetic. Wow, double tuck.
What a gorgeous double punch.
Amazing. Great job. Pogi ng
will
coach.
Change the leaderboard with no doubt.
Awesome.
Brilliant display from Greta Moya.
So this is a live event happening in Doha, Qatar po. As of now, you can watch this live too in the Fig TV.
They also have apparatus titles at the Masters Championships a little later on in the year in Hungary. But at the apparatus championship, she won the beam and floor title and indeed vault. And she won bronze at the Masters Championships on beam a month later.
Whoa. Nice twisting. Galing. Aspire Academy. Yun lang, merong
trajectory of that was so good.
Yes, so good. The trajectory and double pike.
Conclusion.
Very awesome. Double pike. And the landing is great.
Pretty well spot on.
Yes. Woman from Hungary.
That's an entirely justified
coach
reaction, frankly.
Nice one.
It was a very good display.
His coach did a great job for her. May katari na gymnast. Pogi ng niya, coach siya.
Work done and done extremely well. Greta Moya of Hungary.
Gymnasts here are trying to get a spot for the World Championship
It was
2024.
back in 2020 that she won silver on beam at the Junior European Championships.
2020. Pero may pagka-NCAA ang performance niya.
She's yet to win a gold medal on beam in a World Cup or World Challenge Cup, and indeed she's yet to win a World Cup gold medal. But that is going to be really hard to beat.
13.133.
13.133. She's gained a tenth of difficulty, lost a tenth of execution. She's well and truly in the lead. Her only
Very
gold medal
great.
was at home in Sombaté in 2023 on vault. That's World Challenge Cup level.
Sino yung mga
This
poging
would be a
yun?
big title for her if she holds on.
Great job. May mga ano dito, may mga
And Christina
supporters.
Zwicker is in the
If you are in
silver medal
Qatar, you will
position at the
have a
halfway
different
stage as the fifth
nations
best
of
qualifier.
audiences.
I think I might have said that Zwicker got the same
Because I think they're from
difficulty she did in
China.
qualification,
These
but
are
she was, I
locals
believe,
Arab.
just 1/10 down, 4.7 compared to a 4.8 in the preliminary round. Now we have to come in the second half of this final.
They are Filipinos.
Only one gymnast who is in the top 4 qualifiers, but we've got to watch her carefully. Diana Lobog of Ukraine, who has a 5.4 difficulty.
Oh,
She's
Qataris.
1/10 higher than we've just seen from Greta Moya.
Sana may mga Pilipino din na sumama sa sunod.
Really well done to this young athlete from Slovenia, Vita Prijanovic.
Slovenia, 16 years old. Vita Prijanovic. Kaya lang,
best in qualification
let's see.
for the beam competition.
Yeah,
Good,
bago lang siya.
smooth,
Debut niya sa... This is her debut sa senior.
This is a piece on which she really does excel.
Ay, sayang.
Sadly, the hands
My God, hindi niya masyado nagawa. Buti na lang. Deductions for that.
Nice performance, this. Some expressivity, some poise.
Nice voice. Yun.
Stabilizes the side somi. She stabilized everything since that issue with the wolf turns. Wasn't that nice to watch? It's always a real pleasure when you get to see a new gymnast in televised finals. And Vita Prijanovic has been memorable this weekend. But that's the one that we really were excited to see because it's a favourite.
Hi, hello to all viewers around the world. This is Artistic Gymnastics live in Doha, Qatar. As of now, it's a FIG Apparatus World Cup 2025.
She has competed at the Junior Bowl
11.566.
11.566, the execution
Oo,
and
because of
difficulty
the
both dropping, but
1 whole point deductions dun
really
sa
a lot to enjoy
mawak
about
sa
her
kamay.
work.
No,
She's
chuchu
done well this
boy.
weekend. Now another of the stylish Croatian gymnasts on beam. This is Tina Zelčić. She too is somebody who prioritizes the clarity of her performances over excess difficulty.
Slovenian. Wow. Galing naman Slovenian. No?
Again,
Chuchu.
we see why. Minimal adjustment, well managed. Delightful.
Yeah, it's very delightful.
Nice free walkover or front aerial.
Very great job.
Side aerial again had good form. That was very good, wasn't it, from
Galing.
Tina Zelčić of Croatia.
Great job, Croatia. Croatian din yon.
Very experienced.
Yeah,
Still
amazing.
very young though, only 22. The
22 years old
athlete from
lang.
Zagreb. She has won 4 World Cup medals on beam.
4 World Cups and beam. Amazing. Congratulations. Oy! Panoorin mo sina... Ano yun? Sorry, ano yung sabi niyan?
Almost necessary to repeat what I said about
Panoorin mo NCAA at Alea. Kailan ba yon? Oo. Ay, mamaya abin bro. Lux at Lux. Yung NCAA ng Nina Alea is 2 a.m. ng Oman time. That will be 6 a.m. Philippine time. Tulog pa po ako. Hindi ko kayang gumising ng 2 a.m. para panoorin sila bro. Replay na lang. Nood lang tayo ng replay nila. NCAA National, no? Nasa National Finals.
There's absolutely going to be one or more Croatians in contention going into the conclusion of this competition.
Tina Selek, 12.766.
12.766. Tina Zelčić goes ahead.
Hapon, semifinal talo si Alea. Wala ano?
Moja, Zelčić and Cvica.
Hapon, semifinal talo si Alea. Wala repeat, may chance si Emma. Sayang, hindi nakasama si Alea sa finals, no? Sa Emma, makapag-finals. 6 a.m. sa Pinas bukas ang start.
Using the candle mount. She won bronze on the uneven bars yesterday for her first.
Tulog pa. Nasa Oman kasi ako bro. Sa Oman, 2 a.m. ang 6 a.m. ng Pinas
Turkey in Mersin in 2019.
Sayang, dito dapat, sumasali dapat yung mga Pilipino dito para makakasa sila. Kasi the Philippine team, sasali lang sila ngayon sa SEA Games. Tapos, sa Asian Champ, then World Championship na. Hindi man lang na-practice sa World Cup. Kahit man lang sana si Carlos Yulo, sumali sa mga World Cup Challenge. Mahirapan siya niyan sa World Championship. Okay, parang 8 a.m. sa Pilipinas ang finals. Sa ano kasi, kinonvert ko yung oras nila, yung ET sa Oman, 2 a.m. Yung 2 a.m. Pero check mo pa rin kasi yung kinonvert ko yung time na sa Oman, 2 a.m. 4 hours ahead ang Philippines sa Oman. 6 a.m. dyan sa Pinas Pero baka mali ako. Diba dapat sumasali dito ang mga Pilipino, no looks. Budgetan dapat. Si Carlos Yulo, kinakabahan ako sa World Championship.
Audrey Rousseau
Kasi
of
baka,
Canada.
ano mo yun,
She did pick
wala
up
siyang
the
international
team penalty
competition this year.
in qualification.
Asian Champ lang, tsaka SEA Games, then World Championship agad.
We certainly heard there that she was running close to time.
Dapat sumali siya sa
Now,
World Cup
nevertheless,
at World Cup
that
challenges.
should be in and around contention with
Pati
one to
sina
go.
Alea at Emma.
Back at how she began this with the candle mount.
Kaya masanay sila sa international competitions. Pero good thing na rin for the NCAA.
Just slid the feet round
At
there
sina
to make
Alea
sure
tsaka
she's aligned.
Emma nakapractice parate.
Had a few little moments like that that were well controlled, that just shows the competition experience she has.
Ouch!
One of the
OMG.
most experienced in the field.
Nakakaba ang balance beam mo.
Women's events
Ouch!
at this World
Ayan.
Cup.
Just ka, matik
And one of the
na.
most fiercely determined as well.
Ganda naman. Talaga may Gangnam Style na
The
natugtog.
great centre for gymnastics that is Quebec.
I support. Yan, Canadian, mga Canada.
First
I
competed
support.
at the World Championships in 2015.
Awesome job.
Centre for lots of
Canadian
things, including
gymnast.
figure skating as well.
Figure skater din siya before.
12.266. She just about
12.266. Sayang.
misses out, and that 1/10 again for penalties going over time is the key determining factor.
This one from Ukraine. Bata, bago. Bagong
We have
gymnast
one
from
to go.
Ukraine.
And as things stand, it is
Kakapasok lang sa
Zwicker who will
sa
receive
senior.
bronze, Zelchik
16 years
who
old
will
eh.
receive silver, and Moya who will receive gold. But Diana Lobok scored 12.566 in qualification and has the difficulty to challenge for the podium.
Sayang. Nahulog.
Fortunate there, just losing position.
Pangalawang hulog.
Sadly now 2 full marks.
Pag nakatatlong hulog niya siya, di niya siya uulit. Di niya siya i-continue.
She has been a World Cup medalist on beam. That was at the World Challenge Cup in Varna, Bulgaria last year. There's a lot that's very
Nunod
good
ako.
about
Gabi
this
tayo
display.
lalabas.
Only 16. She's yet to compete at World Championship level as a senior.
Yes, mag-World Championship siya. World Championship pala this coming October 2025 sa Jakarta, Indonesia. That's awesome. Ganda sana sa kanya ang mga routine niya eh. Kaya lang na ano siya. Yung.
And a very powerful dismount from Diana Lobok of
Yes,
Ukraine.
great dismount.
Regrettable that she had those 2 unintentional dismounts from the beam. She'll know that that means that the title is hers. But she will, as is sporting, decline
Congrats
to
Ukraine.
celebrate until
She
the
did
result
well.
is in. Diana Lobok is the
Diana
reigning
Lobok.
all-around beam and floor champion of Ukraine.
All arounder. All around national champion.
It's just one of those things that happens from time to time to any
Yeah.
gymnast on the beam, let alone a very young one.
Nood lang kayo. I just prepare my food, just watch. Labas ka. Chucho! Labas. Hoy! They're going to have their... Oops. Here you go, the medal ceremony
Performances, domestic development,
women's beam
and also
finals.
education too. It's been particularly useful to the
How are you
national
all?
football team of Qatar, bringing a lot of young athletes through, allowing them to have opportunities to train and play overseas in countries
Hope
like
you are all
Spain,
doing
the home
well.
leagues there. And indeed, Qatar have had real success, winning a couple of AFC Asian Cups.
Yeah,
And the most recent
they're
Asian
well.
Cup of football was held in this country in January and February of last year. And
Magaling ang
already
Qatar
at
sa
Riyadh was
pagdevelop ng
used for all the
sports.
matches. So that's where the
Presenting, ladies and gentlemen, the men's parallel bar finals.
Let's go back to our focus now, the men's parallel bars final, and here are the gentlemen who've made it into the top 8. Congratulations
Yes.
to them and good fortune to them.
We are now
as they
having
take
the men's part. Oh, Sami Stoffy, who is the bronze medalist in the floor finals yesterday, will be competing on the finals. And we have here James Hall. Is that James Hall? I think so. It's James Hall. Oh, so From Australia,
The top
Olympians
man in
are
the
here.
qualification round. He'll be the first to go.
We have 4 Olympians. Yes, we have 4 Olympians who are here. And from Australia, Jessie Moore.
The reigning Oceania all-around champion and top qualifier.
Wow, top qualifier sa parallel bar.
Competing shortly after his brother Luca in the vault final, Matteo Giubalini.
Matteo Giubalini, pogi yung Matteo. From Ukraine?
Ihor Berepolkin of Ukraine, the 8th best in qualifying.
Bago lang. Sam Mustafi
of Great Britain, 5th best in the preliminary round.
5th best siya. James Hall.
One of the most
James
experienced
Hall.
gymnasts in the world. James Hall of the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, 7th best in qualifying. Might see a new skill.
One of the best, ano yun.
Nazar Cheperny of
Nazar
Ukraine,
Cheperny,
2nd
yan.
best.
Magaling din siya sa vault. From Turkey.
Altan Doğan of Turkey,
Altan Doğan.
4th best in qualifying.
Alright.
And Kevin George Buckley of Slovenia.
Kevin George Buckley. Ayos. Subscribe, like, and share kay Chris RD, Gymnastics. Sayang, wala si na Carlos Yulo. Next time. Next year, maybe. Next year, Carl Eldro Yulo might be competing here in the World Cup Series. For him, because that is his debut for as a senior. He needs to compete here para mahasa si Carl sa mga seniors. Mag-get used siya sa seniors competition.
The finalists in the men's parallel bars competition at the World Cup in Doha. Top qualifier.
So, Nazar Cheperny, okay, James Hall. Maybe James Hall or Sam Mustafi will be in the gold here. Or in the podium, maybe, when it comes to experience. But who knows?
Hope you're enjoying all of the action so far. It's a real
Jessie Moore can be in the podium
The
also if he will be
Aspire Dome
consistent.
in Doha as these athletes
Matteo
aspire for a place
Giubalini
on the
also
podium.
good. He is for sure Matteo Giubalini
World Cup
improves.
And he's right to aspire.
Was able to
Jessie
compete
Moore
during
is
the
right to be ambitious
Olympics.
because he's an excellent prospect. Quite a few youngsters in this field. James Hall is the elder statesman, despite still not being 30 years of age.
Wow, 30 years of age na si James Hall. Pero malakas pa rin. Awesome job.
Always worth
This
restating as we're
Ukrainian
just
parallel
into
bar
a new code of points
gymnast.
now that for
It's
men,
amazing.
all of the exercises that previously required 10 counting skills are down to
Yeah,
8.
yung ating now they were going to have only 8 difficulties for parallel bars. So it will be ayan, wag naman sana mangyari yan. Diyos ko po, Ukrainian. Don't do that later.
Should not be a race to the finish. Shouldn't be a series of almost sprinted tumbling passes.
Sam Mustafi of Great
And it means that
Britain.
certain skills will fall in and out of favour. Skill selection in gymnastics, as I'm sure many of you know, is dictated by the award that is given to those skills in the code of points, and sometimes adjustments are made where certain skills lose some of their difficulty value.
Oops.
As it's often called, downgraded.
Kahit when you're doing your warm-up, you should be very careful. Not because it's just a warm-up, it may be just a just. It should be like, you should be very careful or else you will have an injury during the warm-up.
See a lot more triple back somersaults on the horizontal bar. All rather interesting. Lots to be ironed out in the wash as we go through the first full year of this.
Jessie Moore, naging consistent na siya sa mga laban ng World Cup Series. Let's welcome Jessie Moore
Jessie
at 22
Moore,
years old.
Australia,
Galing sa
the World
Australia.
champion of a continent. And the top qualifier here.
An all-around finalist too during the Paris Olympics 2024.
First handstand.
Nice handstand, straight and straight.
Tidy there too.
Yeah, great job.
Nice geometry so far.
Nice. Nag-improve siya. Great job, Jessie Moore. Great improvement. Counting arcing lang, pero still. Wow! Nice! Awesome! That's great! Yeah, that's a very good display. Lovely display. Now, si Jessie Moore, manatalo siya if there will be other that will have more difficulty value. Kasi ang linis niya eh. Mataas na difficulty, dun siya matatalo na may mapipulido nila. It's like sila James Hall, if they will execute well their parallel bars. It's the only chance that Jessie Moore will be out of the podium. But if they will perform other competitors, if the other competitors will not be able to compete, also execute well their difficulties, James Hall will be the gold here. Great job. I love Jessie Moore here. Great positions and great executions. Nice dismount too.
How good that will feel after the problems
he's improving a lot
at the most recent World Cup. Absolutely right.
Awesome job.
.933 in the preliminary round.
How much it? 13.933? Not that's a podium medal. Kailangan 14.5, 14.3, 14.4. Yan ang mga podium scores eh. 14.1 is good. Good one. Bonus 0.1. Oh. 5.1 difficulty. There are 5.4 and 5 below 6.0 difficulty there.
He's really in contention for a medal.
Yeah, a contention for might be. Kung hindi mag-perform well ang ng execution sila mga kalaban niya. Now, Matteo Giubilini now, an Olympian too. Yeah.
The Swiss have produced some wonderful parallel bars gymnasts over the years.
Yes. Nag-adjust lang. Deductions for that. Ang ganda din ng lines niya, oh. He improves well since the Paris Olympics.
Very smooth work on this apparatus.
Yeah, great smooth work.
Leg form is excellent.
Yeah, very excellent leg form. Feet are glued together. Toes are well pointed. Yun lang. But it's still good.
On the landing, Matteo Giubilini, but
still good for Matteo Giubilini.
Finesse. A great Giubilini name. I'm sure many of you know that his father competed at the games in Barcelona. will be a little cost from that landing deduction, or that landing stabilization, I should say.
Nakaya score ni Mateo. Sorry, kumakain ako.
He looks content with that
13.7. Sayang.
And it is an improvement from qualifying. His execution is
Dahil sa dismount eh. Pero ang galing.
just over 3/10. Well done to him.
Well done, Mateo.
Gymnast to watch.
From Ukraine. Kasi yung Ukrainian na gymnast magaling sa parallel bar, nag-shift na ng nationality.
Won 2 silver medals at the national championships last year. First time that he's been in a World Cup final.
Nice line.
Is looking
sayang. Nag-ano.
There was a bit of compression of the arms and
nag-bending. There's an arm bending.
so easily have been really problematic.
Pero he can do more. I believe in his capability. He can clean this up on the next again. Yeah. So wow, great dismount. Plus 0.1.
It will cost those two.
Yeah.
Almost moves in 2 halves up into handstand. The first part, the pause, and the
2
second
halves.
part.
So 0.2. I love his hair here.
Well delivered.
Great hair too.
Great experience for him making this final.
He can be one of the great gymnasts for the parallel bars too. He just need to compete to get used with the pressure.
Set of gymnasts to come through and step up.
Yung the veteran Ukrainian gymnasts are not anymore.
It's always fascinating at the beginning.
The Olympic medalist for parallel bars has shifted now to different nationality.
Who's going to slot into
Hungary, I
role?
think.
Which apparatus?
I forgot his name.
That's
Ilya Kovton.
Save to minimize deductions as best as possible.
Ilya Kovton is now representing other country in Europe.
He's a little bent in the knees as he pikes.
Maybe 13.7 or 13.2, 13.3, maybe like that.
In the all-around competition at the national
13.0.
Oh, well done.
But still good.
Is well up from qualifying by about 2/3 of a mark.
Some is toughy now. I'm eating this one.
Now we go to the last
Walnut.
gymnast in the first half. This is Sam Mustafi of Great Britain.
Bronze medalist in the
It
floor.
was a pleasure to watch yesterday, taking bronze on floor with a very clean performance. 5th best in
Nice
the world
handstand, Sam. Siya lang, hindi lang ganun ka pulido yung yung handstand. Nandiyan din. Just be more polished.
Iconic tip-held skill.
Good job.
His teammate James Hall watching on, giving him plenty of encouragement. So much to like about this young gymnast's work. Very good.
Very good.
Mustafi.
Great job, Sam. Maybe 14.0, 14.1, or 13.9.
That the gymnastics world is going to see a lot more of him in the next few years. He's got through his undergraduate studies. He was a sports scholar at the University of Nottingham. It's a difficult institution to gain admission to.
Wow.
one of the finest in the country.
Mm.
That part of his life is now concluded. His focus is completely on elite level gymnastics and the Olympiad. And he is going to really want to impose himself upon the
This is great
national
job for
selectors.
Sami Stoffi. Nice turns. Yun lang, nag-bend lang siya eh. He needs to polish
He's
those.
going to be going full steam ahead to prove that there's a place for him in the teams. And that's why performances like this at World Cup level are so important. Picking up scores
Great job,
on
Sam.
the international stage is a very different matter from
Yung ano
doing
lang,
it at
pag
national
sayang,
championships.
di niya
Not to
ko yung
demean national
0.1
championships,
bonus.
it's just different. All gymnasts will say that.
Let's wait for the score. 13.233.
13.233.
We really have to.
Huge
So Jesse
difficulty,
Moore,
but
my
it was a very
chance.
clear performance from an execution perspective, and that puts him into second place at the halfway stage.
Now we have James Hall, the veteran gymnast. Second sets of gymnasts are practicing now or doing a warm-up. Masharcher Pony. Sorry, I'm eating my dinner. This is a walnut and cashew. APPARATUS Big World Cup Doha is one of the most awaited World Cup because they have a good footages, good production. Carlos is always here before, but now he is just resting. Maybe next year we'll be seeing him here with Carl Aldoriulo, and I'm excited about that. Ay, ano mangyayari sana yun? Ang pogi ng Ukrainian. So in Qatar, there are lots of nationalities because it's a melting pot for expats to work. Lots of expatriates are working in Qatar. May mga bata din. Indians, masyadong Indians.
The final warm-ups being concluded in the second half of this men's parallel bars final. We'll get the action restarted any moment now with James Hall. What a place to begin, or to reacquaint ourselves with the parallel bars with one of the most experienced British gymnasts out there.
Fifth finalist here is James Hall.
And Art Ciccone assisting in the preparations.
Nung Olympic pa lang, I've seen Jesse Moore that he's having a very clean routine already. Very clean routine for Jesse Moore. And it's very good for him.
Taking his time to make sure everything is just so.
Great
The
improvement.
experience to know how important that is.
James Hall. So,
James
kailangan
Hall from
maging
Great
maayos ang
Britain,
execution.
an Olympian,
Great job.
hugely successful gymnast with
Smooth
world and
transitions.
European honours.
Ay, sayang. Yung hands na, di naayos. Adjustment, deduction.
Oh,
Ouch!
he's done amazingly to rescue that. Wow.
Good job.
Incredible save.
Muntik na. Wow. Arking, ako po.
Slightly overarched.
Mayroon pa siyang ginagawa niya eh. Yun, great
That was
job.
a very good dismount. He was a touch low, but he sprung back up.
Yeah.
Years of experience evident in that performance. It's wonderful to
Mahirap
see
eh.
James Hall back in competition.
Hindi ganun kalinis.
We so seldom get to see him at
Pero
World
still.
Cups. He did a lot of the old all-around World Cups back in the day. He won a bronze medal in Milwaukee in 2020. He's only won one apparatus World Cup medal. That was a silver on floor in Varna in
Great
Bulgaria
job,
in 2015. But
James
he's won
Hall.
so much at the top level, continentally and at world level. In qualification, he performed an uprise straddle salto with a half turn.
Kaya may mga elbow bending si James Hall. That will be a deductions for him.
One of the most amazing moments was how he saved the arch of the back. As we look at the straddle salto there.
Delikado yun.
But as I was saying, that incredible overarch, I mean, something that feels appropriate to mention because the European Championships of Acrobatic Gymnastics are going on right as we speak. And that sort of static hold is very common in acrobatic gymnastics. It's far from desirable in artistic gymnastics, and he saved it and brought it back to a regular handstand incredibly well. I think 99 out of 100 gymnasts would be off the apparatus there.
Blease? Wow. What you're eating, Blease? It's good. It's a good food.
Spotted enjoying your crisps.
They're Africans too. I support.
Well, whoever you're supporting, great to have your company wherever in the world you call home for the DOHA World Cup of Artistic Gymnastics. Cairo is the final
Kids
stop.
are amazing. I think they are
The World
Filipinos.
Cup Tour. And that's coming up next week. Then we're into World Challenge Cup season. Varna and Koper in May. June is Tashkent. Also, a lot of the continental championships happening around that sort of time.
Yeah.
Paris and Sombate in September, and then
James Hall now.
destination Jakarta for the World Championships in October. Looking forward to it. I'm sure you are too.
That will be the score.
James
12.86.
Hall, 12.866.
Yeah.
Quite a few execution deductions, but his difficulties way up from.
Now we have here Nasser Ciporni can challenge the podium of Jesse Moore.
We have now the gymnast who was second in qualifying, Nazar Ciporni, with a score of 13.9. He was very close to Jesse Moore in qualification, but Moore has pulled away at the start of this final with a 14.1. So let's see how Ciporni responds. He won a silver medal on the parallel bars in the
Awesome.
first World Cup of the season in Cottbus.
Wow. Great
handstand
job.
single rail.
Pero di niya masyadong nahawakan na matagal yung
Nice
one
geometry.
handstand single rail.
Cleanliness. Skills being delivered and hit first time of
Masyadong
asking.
mabilis lang ang transition niya.
First Babsar I
But
think
it's still
we've
good.
seen in this final.
So clean, very clean. Yun!
And his dismount requires minimal adjustment for stability.
Nice one.
Execution in qualifying was a score of 8.3 for Nazar Chipurni.
Kailangan at least 8.5 executions.
Very competitive display this.
That's a good job. It's a good difficulty values, but the challenge is the executions. Awesome. Awesome. Coach. Bakit down ang karamdam ni Nasor?
Very pleased with that, and he should be.
14.166, yes.
14.166.
Gold medal.
Nazar Chipurni.
Great
with
job.
higher difficulty.
I think he will be the gold medal here.
Half a mark goes into the gold medal position.
Maybe kasi
2 remain.
the two people remaining
Chipurni,
are
then Moore
newbie.
and Matteo Giubellini currently
If they will perform well, then they can
Hakan
challenge.
Doğan of Turkey, the 4th best performer
19 years old only.
qualifying with a score of 13.266. Just 19. He's from the Konak district of Izmir, like so many of the
Nice one.
leading national team gymnasts.
Good executions. Good one. Adjustment deductions for that. No, the art deductions. Good job.
Right on the straddle front somersault. Smooth looking Babsar as well.
That's awesome. Straight line, very straight. And the twos are well pointed.
Lots of calm and assured work here. And a nice dismount with a small
Yun lang.
diagonal back step.
Step na sa likodan. 2 steps. Deduction of
A few
side
years
lang.
ago, he was the junior
Still good.
Balkan all-around champion. Won it in Istanbul. And some of you may remember him from the parallel bars final at the Varna World Challenge Cup last year. Also made the final in Baku this year, finishing 6th as he did in Bulgaria. Lots of cleanliness. Difficulty is a little contrast to the likes of Chipurni. But you would always expect a young gymnast to be working to bolster difficulty rather than to be overperforming.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than seeing skills that lack safety, but lack precision. Far better to see excellent rudiments.
Yeah, very excellent. Great job. Let's see for this one newcomer too.
One more gymnast to go. And then we will have clarity on the podium.
Yeah, Turkey. A Turkey national. Hello. Let's read the Turkey. The score. Altandogan 13.6. It's a good one.
Of over 3/10 from qualification
In
for
his fourth
Altandogan.
position.
He's in fourth place.
From Slovenia, Kevin George Buckley.
Kevin George Buckley from Slovenia.
20 years old.
Best in qualifying with a score of 12.8.
Sixth best in qualification.
The lowest qualifying difficulty score for the final, but it was performed with a degree of crispness that assured his place in the top 8. Very much the way that he went about winning the silver medal on rings at the Osijek World Challenge Cup last year.
Awesome.
Remains a clean and crisp display here.
Ay, sayang!
Oh,
Out!
fortunate. He was so nearly there.
Sayang.
That was lovely to watch until the very last moments where, regrettably, he was only a fraction away from what would have been a super
1 point
dismount.
deduction. So silver medal for Jesse Moore, gold for Nasser Sherponi.
Still only 20. Father is from Ireland, his mother from Slovenia. Parents met in Slovenia and he was born and raised there, but every Christmas he goes back to Ireland. So feels a very strong connection to both nations, but very much raised in Slovenia. So for him it was an easy decision as to which country to represent.
I think he is having his training in Great Britain. Awesome job. Oh, yun lang talaga. Sayang, oh. Ang linis sa mga executions niya.
Almost. The last score is about to come in. Then we'll be moving back to the women's competition and the floor final.
$12.166.
12.166, the score for Kevin George Buckley, indicative of how high that score might have been.
Yeah.
When you consider that he lost a full mark at the conclusion, because that was only about 3/4 down from the preliminary round.
Podium ceremony will be
Results
later.
to come. And a narrow victory for Nazar Chiponi. The classified results in the men's parallel bars competition.
Yung
The
result.
bronze medal was won by Matteo Giubellini.
Wow, congratulations, Matteo.
Switzerland. Silver won by Jesse Moore of Australia for his first World Cup.
Giubellini is the third bronze.
Matteo Giubellini and Nazar Chiponi of Ukraine. Winning
Wow,
the
congratulations,
gold medal by
Giubellini.
over Jesse Moore. It was going to have to be very good to beat the Australian, and it was.
Nag-improve si Jesse Moore. Palaban niya execution.
Next, we bring you the women's floor final at the Aspire Dome in Doha.
Gonna be the women's floor finals now.
It was on the floor in the Aspire Dome in 2018 that Simone Biles won the gold medal to add to her vault title, her all-around title and her team title. Just think about some of the memorable performances that we saw at that 2018 World Championships in the women's competition. The vault bronze medal won by Alexa Moreno of Mexico, history-making. Ana Parario winning silver for Canada on beam.
Anuhin ko lang ito.
Remarkable uneven bars final with
I just gonna make a video for that one. Then pabalik tayo doon.
Taking the bronze. The performances of Murakami Mai and of Morgan Hurd.
Oops. I will get you back with the competitions. May ginagawa lang ako. I just need to make a video of that.
A fascinating world
because we are going to upload
to this setting for the Doha
just a little bit. Just kindly hold on. Thank you for your patience. Just a little bit. Just hold on for a while. We'll get you back to the women's floor finals. Just hold on. Okay.
Here they are, the finalists in the women's floor competition.
Yeah. There is a controversy here. You know this lady, Romanian? He got the fight now, or they sued their teams with the feed gymnastics during the Olympics because she should be the bronze medal. I mean to say, if the score, technically she should be the bronze, but because of the score, USA becomes a bronze. But the appeal of the USA was a little bit late, and actually it was the mistakes of the judges during the time.
Are here for this exact moment to see
the mistake with the judges. Those who suffered are the gymnasts.
Gymnastics competition. Lots of Romanian fans.
I will be turning off the audio here because they will be using copyrighted music. Okay, so hope you're gonna forgive me for that. It will be a turn. I will turn off the music, okay, or a little bit only, because it will be a copyrighted music. I just make my dinner. Just watch it. I hope you forgive me too. We will lower down the volume because they are using a very copyrighted music. Okay, thank you very much for the
Sabrina Menechavonia of Romania, the
for
top
the
qualifier. No surprise there, and she had a lot of
understanding.
margin over the rest of the pack.
Wow,
Ward of Hong Kong, China, 8th best in qualification.
I love her. She's beautiful.
Medina Kabasova of Kazakhstan, the 7th
Kazakhstan.
best in qualifying. Odinahon Robijonova of Uzbekistan, 6th best in
Uzbekistan.
qualifying. First ever senior international final as an
Ganda
individual.
rin.
Well done to her.
Nice
Salopeta
one.
of Hungary, 5th best in qualifying.
5th best. Ito veteran na
Audrey
to.
Rousseau of Canada, already a medalist this weekend and the 3rd best in qualification. And the Hungarian Greta Moya, who's had a really impressive weekend.
Okay, I will lower the volume now because of the copyrighted music that they're using. Okay, thank you. Hope you will forgive me.
Well, in this particular final, we're going to see the top 2 qualifiers right at the start. McDonald, the 2nd best first, and then Menechavonia, the top 2nd. McDonald scored 13.066, Menechavonia 13.7. And that's where the difficulty is so significant. The finalists in the women's floor competition, Sabrina Menechavonia of Romania was the top in the preliminary round with a difficulty score of 5.7 and an overall score of 13.7. That's about 2/3 of a mark better than anyone else. The 2nd best, Kate McDonald, and she'll open this final. A very good sense of how this final is likely to pan out after the first 2 have performed, especially after we've seen Menechavonia, because difficulty-wise it's going to be very hard for anyone to compete with her if she delivers a clean routine. Greta Moya was the only other gymnast in qualification, she's the last to go, who produced a 5+ difficulty score. It was 5.3, 4/10 below the Romanian Menechavonia. These moments of visualisation and of muscle memory for Kate McDonald of Australia. She was the 2nd best in qualifying, 13.066. It's a really good display in the preliminary round, and had the best execution of any of the qualifying finalists. It's a really memorable performance, that, from Kate McDonald. Choreographically, it's great. Everything that she does in between the tumbling passes fits beautifully with the orchestration. And there is some very fine tumbling going on there too. It's not just an example of high quality tumbling, it's got artistry. Up with purpose into the tuck position, rotating the body forwards and judging the landing so nicely. Only a minimal adjustment. Well-established releve position. Twisting at the end does take a bit of an adjustment, but how quickly she almost makes that seem choreographic. It's back on with the performance. Gymnast who realised a childhood dream of becoming an Olympian in Paris. Excited Canadian fans with Audrey Rousseau still to come. McDonald at 12.666, 4/10 down from qualification, all of that execution. Now the top performer in qualifying, teenager Sabrina Menekavoinia from Romania, the European Championship silver medalist last year. 13.7 in the preliminary round, with 5.7 for difficulty, much higher than any other gymnast. Goodness me, there is some tumbling going on in that routine. Crikey, Sabrina Menekavoinia of Romania with enormous difficulty and with her fans loving every moment of it. And she looked pretty thrilled about it herself too. The complexity of the tumbling passes is fantastic. Let us have another look at this display from the gymnast who was in the floor final at the Olympic Games and at the last World Championships, as well as being twice on a European podium. in this apparatus.
Okay. I'm here again. Wow.
It's the double layout and then back into the direction.
Nice layout, very clean.
There's some layout
Olympic
into
bronze
set
medalist.
position. Total change of momentum.
Hindi na binabanggit yung
Worked
issue.
superbly.
Awesome job. Romanian women's. It's gonna be a podium medal position.
Voinia 13.6. Only 1/10 down in execution from qualification. All else remains the same. That is going to be extremely difficult to beat.
From Hong Kong, China.
Of Hong Kong.
Wensi, age 17 years old.
The 8th best in qualifying with 11.866. She's been
Maganda
a
siya.
junior champion on vault. The first ever athlete from Hong Kong to win an Asian Junior Championship title. Brilliant accomplishment.
Wow. Nice. Ay, sayang. Nice to. Good job. Nice layout. Good job. Well, finesse. Look at the line.
Wasn't that lovely? Some really good gymnastics.
Lovely.
Amber Ward of Hong Kong.
Indeed.
She
Looks.
trains in Victoria in Australia at MLC Gymnastics.
Oh, in Australia.
Has actually been a junior national championship medalist in Australia, but opted to represent Hong Kong, China in 2023. She's very focused on the next Olympiad. A very poised gymnast to watch. What a nice layout position.
She's gonna be at the gem of Hong Kong in gymnastics. I mean, why Hong Kong cannot train in China, where China is very good in gymnastics? They should train their girls there too, or send a good trainer in Hong Kong from China.
Of the Hong Kong team. Amazing accomplishment to win that vault title at the Asian Junior Championships in Singapore.
She's flying.
Such a milestone moment for
great height. That is massive.
Hong Kong, China.
Nice landing.
She had the lowest difficulty score of any of the qualifiers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Hong Kong gymnast before. Coach siya ngayon eh.
11.833, virtually the same as qualification. Very consistent. She's
11.833.
lost a small amount of difficulty and gained most of it back in execution.
15 years old? Bedina Kaprasova. 15 years old ba? Pwede lang mag-senior pag 15 years old?
Medina Kabasova of Kazakhstan, the 7th best in qualification. She's made her senior
Next year,
international
Tri
debut.
Yulo will be in the World Cup Series. Carl Eldrew and Eliza and Carlos. Deductions. 0.3 doon. Then if Eliza will be joining here, then it will be Eliza plus Carl to represent the Philippines, or Yulo and Emma. Is either or Yulo plus Alea. Kung sino sa kanila ang pinaka okay swak for the mixed team. Ay, sayang. Reduction ulit. 0.3. Let's go.
Overlapping orchestration, but a very different take from Kate McDonald. Nice to watch from Medina Kabasova of Kazakhstan.
Awesome job.
Did have a couple of passes that involved a step out, but she's only 15, this young athlete who competed at the Asian Junior Championships in Singapore a couple of years ago.
Pag 15 years old pala, pwede na mag-senior.
Trying to put in some quite high-octane tumbling. Really good effort to get the legs up to the horizontal position as stipulated by the code of points.
Watching World Cup is good because, especially for... Ay, natanggal yung ano niya, oh.
Foot goes out.
Natanggal yung kanyang medyas na isa.
That's good elevation.
Wow, kaso.
Tucks backwards a couple of times.
Good height.
Again, it's the twist position that leads to going out of bounds. This time, the foot going forwards. There will be some penalty tenths to be accrued there by Medina Kabasova, but lots of really positive work from her in this debut World Cup competition. 11.966. She's actually improved her difficulty by 1/10. 2 penalty tenths. Otherwise, execution much the same. So overall, a drop of a single tenth.
Single 10 drop in score.
Push up. Dinakon Robijonova,
17 years old.
Uzbekistan, from the capital city of Tashkent.
Babata pa.
Her first ever senior international final as an individual. She was part of the team that won bronze at the Asian Championships last year.
Good job. She has a great music too. Let's hear her music. I think this is a Uzbek music. Uzbek music. Tribal music. Nice one. Nice. Yeah, good job. Wow.
Really good to watch, isn't she?
Yes.
Choreography that fitted
Great music, great
very nicely with the choice
choreography.
of orchestration. Some tumbling that was performed with clarity. Sixth best in qualification with a score of 12.166. Lovely to see her in a World Cup final for the first time.
Amazing.
Nice
She can be
reaction
gold
there
here.
from her fellow gymnasts and the coaching staff of other delegations. Does a lot of nice work with her hands.
Yeah. Tribal music. I think
Gives the
that's
choreography a very deliberate
Uzbekistan's
feel, a very
music.
purposeful feel. Clearly comfortable in the dance elements. Had to work quite hard to keep stability in the wolf turns, maintain the toe point, but she did it. Loses perhaps a little of the ideal twisting clarity, but again she's well aligned as she comes back down to ground. It's the double tuck, that was
Awesome
bang on, wasn't
job.
it? Great releve, she's right up on the front part of the foot. Again, that's more evidence of the dancing ability. Good back bend as she jumps. Very well done to her. 12.266. She's actually into the bronze medal position.
Great
With only
job.
3 gymnasts to go. Excellent.
Sarah Peter, Hungary, 22 years old.
To the Hungarian Sharapeta. 5th best in qualifying with a score of 12.333.
Let me get you too. Awesome. But, that's it. She did well. Let's hear her music. I think there's gonna be a copyrighted music. On point. The steps are very Hungarian. Rico naman. Chuchu boy. Wow, masih tumble. Very good.
The 22-year-old from
Lovely.
Budapest, Sharapeta. The gymnast who won the floor title at the Hungarian Masters Championships back in October.
Awesome.
Looking for what would be just a second appearance on a World Cup podium.
Pogi ng coach nila.
Apparatus. Lots of well-performed tumbling work there. Difficulty, certainly competitive in this field. She had 0.1 of penalty marks in qualification.
0.1 penalty mark?
Let's look back at this from Sharapeta. Double pipe with a small backwards move. Lots that was well performed and little wobbliness on the wolf turns, but again not much. The more sizable adjustment, as there was a slightly jarred landing out of the twists. She scored 12.333 in qualification.
Wow.
She's well
12.833.
12.833. So
of course, it's a master on floor.
Medal position with 2 gymnasts to go. She might well be in luck here.
For women's, if you score at 13.9, you're the best na. So for those who are having 14.1 score before, or 13 point something before, not 12.9 only, 12 point something, pretty good score na. From Canada. What's this? Good job. Come on, more executions. It's very NCAA eh. The way she performed is very NCAA. Nice one. Good job.
It's really rare on floor that you can actually visualize a dance partner. And one of the most lovely things about that display from Audrey Rousseau is that you can almost see the movement of the other person that isn't there. It actually looks like a pair's collaborative dance. And that's very skillful. And some of it is the choreography, but a lot of it is actually what she does facially, what she does with her eyes. It's a very compelling performance from an artistic standpoint.
Yeah, she did well in the dance.
Cracking as well. Just important to mention that there is some excellent acrobatic work, but one must dwell upon the sense of projection that you get from Rousseau, that performative quality. That really was delightful.
True. Hi, Lux. Sorry. Naku lang na nabasa to. Advantage talaga ang height sa apparatus. Yes. Ang liit niya.
What was so impressive there was how
Hindi maliit
quickly she
Lux
stepped out of
shampoo.
that low landing, that pike landing. This is nice, coming out into the step
she's
jump.
very well.
And boom, back into the choreography to give the whole thing a cohesive feel.
Tumbling, the layout. On you go. Double pike. It's
Quite a
good.
tumbler too. But I stand by my initial comment about it being possible almost to visualize the dance partner and to see that as a
Yeah, she did
collaborative
well.
routine. That's rare and really nice. There we
Oh,
go, 12.833.
12.833,
She has
second
gone
place
into
position.
the silver medal position. She doesn't have the difficulty of Moneka Vojnia, but it was really artistic and really stylish.
Greta Mayer of Hungary.
Greta Meyer of Hungary, last to go. She was the fourth best in qualifying with a score of 12.533.
12.533. Last na to? Last gymnast na. Awesome job. Very clean routine. Executions too. Medyo yung sayaw lang, medyo naging sluggish. Yes! Stick to the floor. Nice. The gymnast ladies, they improved today now, compared before. Gymnasts nowadays are improving. Ay! Sayang! 0.3 deductions yun. Na mali ng estimation.
Something is different about Greta Meyer this season. Something's changed in her over the last year or so. I'm not sure whether it's confidence, whether it's experience, whether it's poise, whether it's a mixture of all of the above. She looks like a gymnast who is really getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah,
and
it's
that
getting
is
stronger,
so
stronger
exciting.
and stronger.
She's still,
of course, they need
half
to
a year
improve.
away from her 19th birthday.
They need to improve.
But one gets the sense of somebody who's going to play a bigger role in the Hungarian team as time goes on. Yes, she was well out on one of the tumbling passes, just got the trajectory off. She was too close to the edge of the floor as she took off. But there's maybe an intangible sense of belief in Greta Meyer now. Really hits the horizontal there nicely.
And wow, that layout.
It's a very assured double layout, that spot-on landing. Excellent tumbling. And then putting in some twisted
She can be
work
gold
in the tumbler
here.
position, landing it well.
She can be
once
the
more.
gold. Because of that performance, she can be gold.
And then a double pike with little adjustment required.
It's an amazing job.
Such a pleasure to watch her over the course of this weekend. Bronze on the vault. Gold secured on the beam. What about on floor? Yes, absolutely. We saw you on the big screen. Nothing wrong with
Nasser
having fun when you do your
Cherponyi.
job.
I love the shirt of Nasser Cherponyi.
Oh, hello.
She's beautiful, Sabrina. Waiting for the score.
They've certainly had a lot of fun. They've had a bit
Wow.
more fun when the
A lot of,
classified results were announced.
a lot of Romanian.
Yeah, that's how admired she is. Other
Beautiful
gymnasts
Romania.
wanting to get a photograph with her. And Medina Kabasova should be drinking in all of this, should be celebrating it, because she's made a senior international debut here. Performing alongside
Romania.
gymnasts that she absolutely idolises. So, yes, get a picture with them.
It may
Remember
be
this moment
silver
for
for
a lifetime, because
Romania. Or gold.
she's an elite level gymnast. Second, first and foremost, she's a fan of gymnastics. That's how it all
Mga
starts, isn't it?
Indians, oh.
So one
Canadian.
hopes that wherever
Hello,
her elite career
kids.
takes her, she'll never stop being first and foremost a fan of gymnastics.
The kids are so amazing. Subscribe, like, and share to Chris RD, and please hit the like button. Friends, for all those who are watching, please hit the like button as a favor for this live stream.
It's
Thank
been a very
you.
nice occasion for
Hope you can
crowd to
hit the
enjoy
like
at the Aspire
button,
Dome in
our
Doha, and I hope
friends
you've enjoyed
here.
it too, wherever you happen to be watching from this weekend. I hope you've had a really enjoyable start to your Saturday, or maybe even conclusion to it, depending on the time zone. And just to let you know that there is more World Cup gymnastics action even to come this weekend. Tomorrow we'll see the Rhythmic Gymnastics World Cup in Baku take place.
Rhythmic
Qualifications
gymnastics
been
tomorrow.
concluded there, so just the finals. And there'll be 4 individual apparatus finals and 2 group apparatus finals tomorrow.
Baku World Cup tomorrow for RG.
Time being taken for the final calculations for this performance from Greta Moya of Hungary. It's
12.16.
12.166.
6th place?
3 penalty tenths.
So because of the
Key
penalties.
differential there for Greta Moya.
Sayang.
Otherwise,
Podium
really
sana.
strong. She's had a good weekend.
Yeah.
There's your champion.
Congratulations, Romania.
Once again, winning floor in Doha, 2 years on from her senior international debut.
Bronze in the Olympics. Ito, maganda rin to si coach ng bata pa eh.
Very interesting floor final to watch that. Some memorable routines, some excellent tumbling, some lovely dance work.
Nice job. This is the golden performance of Sabrina. Sabrina, 13.6. Oh, 1 whole point ang differential in Audrey.
Of Hungary.
So 13.6, you will have, yeah, it's near 14.0.
Audrey Russo of Canada winning the silver medal. She came here having only won 1 World Cup medal in her career. That was the balance
Lovely
beam
lady.
in Mersin in 2019. Now she's been on the podium twice this weekend after bronze on the uneven bars.
So 13.6, so almost 1 whole point.
Winning the title with 13.6.
Hong Kong, China is 11 position. Then we'll be going to men's horizontal bar finals na Chuchu boy. We welcome you now all to. We welcome you now all to the men's horizontal bar
The
finals.
last
Welcome to
final
Chris RD
was, of course,
Gymnastics channel.
men's horizontal bar
Subscribe, like, and
competition.
share before you forgot. Alright, hope you do the favor. Yes, okay. Just to check if we are recording. Yeah, we are recording. Men's horizontal bar finals na. Oh, lots of you like the women's gymnastics. So here are the officials, the judges for the men's horizontal bar finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. We'd like to invite our finalists to march in the field of play. Let's continue round of applause.
We will be meeting the finalists for the men's horizontal bar finals. Wow, the Olympians are here. Tai Chong. Sana maano niya na, magawa niya to. Nahulog si Tai Chong last week eh. Jesse Moore and one veteran gymnast from Ukraine and Milad Karimi, gold medalist in the horizontal bar finals last week. One Chinese, new Chinese. Jubilini is here. No Japan team.
We really have got two competitors who are so far ahead of the rest in qualification.
Milad Karimi and the Taiwanese Tai Chong.
Let's have a look at the runners and riders. He's somebody who could push
From People's
up
Republic of
in
China.
Tang Chi from the People's Republic
Tan
of China,
Chi.
new to the World Cup circuit.
Matteo Giubilini from Switzerland.
Third in qualification with
Pogi.
12.433. Great Britain's Oakley Banks.
Oakley Banks.
New to finals action at World Cup
Yeah.
level.
New to
Top
World Cup.
Milad Karimi of Kazakhstan.
Yes, the gold medalist last year.
For the Asian
Matured
champion
na
of
si
horizontal bar. Vladislav Riko of Ukraine, fifth best in qualification.
Awesome.
Someone with the potential to move up with his difficulty.
Yes.
Dilard Zavary,
Pogi Bilad Sabari.
best in qualifying. Another who could move up with his difficulty score.
Tan Chang Yu
of Chinese Taipei, 14 in qualifying, same as Milad Karimi, but 1/10 lower in execution. And Jesse Moore of Australia,
Jesse Moore.
fourth best in the preliminary round.
Now the gymnasts will have a warm-up now. Tan Chong should, I hope Tan Chong should be gold here. Pero kailangan niya lisa mga executions niya. Kinakabahan niya siya pag-finals eh.
We come to the last final, and we're going to have the first and third strongest in qualification in the first half. Matteo Giubilini, the third best, will go second in the order, and Milad Karimi, the top qualifier, will go fourth in the order. Milad Karimi won the title.
Chi. Matteo
Behind this women's
Giubilini,
horizontal bar
Banks Oakley,
competition,
Emilio
top
Karimi ang
qualifier
first
Milad Karimi of
to
Kazakhstan
perform.
will go fourth in the order and will look to make it 2
Yeah.
World Cup wins in a row after being victorious in Croatia.
So, mga Olympians natin dito, si Tang, bronze in the Olympic.
Chinese Taipei, who won the
And,
bronze medal at the Olympic Games.
yeah, pinahulog-hulog kasi
Only
sila eh.
separated by the execution tiebreak.
If Tan Chong can execute well here, his difficulties, then this is gonna be his time. Redemption. Ang Qataris, ang Arabs. Yeah, yung new point system natin, it will be an 8 difficulties now instead of 10 difficulties compared to the last Olympic cycle. Ito junior lang to dati eh.
It's going to be nice to see Oakley Banks in this final, the teenager from Kent in the southeast of England. Part of the British team that won
Okay na,
the silver
bro.
medal at the European Youth Olympic Festival
Yeah, it's good.
2022 and a bronze at the Junior European Championships.
Bronze in Junior European. 10 people are watching. Thank you. Welcome to Chris RD Gymnastics. Hope you can subscribe, like, and share. And please press the like button before we continue to watch. Thank you very much for pressing the like
special
button.
World Cup competition for Milad Karimi. He made his international debut there at the age of 17 in March of 2017 when he won a silver medal on floor.
Yeah.
That's the first half of the warm-ups concluded.
You are watching live the TAISHAN FIG APPARATUS World Cup Men's Artistic Gymnastics 2025 in Doha, Qatar. So if you want to watch the HD of this, you can subscribe to FIG TV.
Different winners of the horizontal bar title so far this season in the World Cups. Will we get Milad Karimi becoming the first to get more than one?
Tang Chi, 22 years old.
Republic of China. 22, he's from Chongqing and won
Chongqing.
Jiangsu province at the national championships last year.
He's from
Chongqing.
Chongqing. One of modern city, high-tech city in China. Chongqing.
Experience of somebody like Yohao.
He must execute here well. From China now, Yohao.
With 11.766.
Oh.
He has the potential to score a lot higher.
11.66? Ang baba nun, ha? Huwag mahulog. Okay. Great job for his Casina. Nice one. Oops.
Straight catch here.
Yes. Great job for straight catch-up. Kovac. Coleman.
All looking secure so far.
Very great job. Nice line too. Dismount. Yay! Amazing job. It will be a great jump from the qualification score.
11 3/4 in the preliminary round.
From Chongqing, China. Awesome job.
Release moves all performed neatly.
Very clean routine. Yung sa dismount na nagkamali lang. Ayun lang, may deviation ng kaunti. May deductions doon.
This was a well-executed performance. He came into the final with the lowest execution score of any of the qualifiers. That will be a distant memory now. Wraps the
Awesome
arms in
job.
well to secure a clean-looking twist position at the end.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What a nice feeling for him to have delivered that in the final.
Very nice. Very awesome. After nito, lalabas tayo. After nito. Tapusin ko na to. Labas ka na, butcher ko. There you go, the supporters. From China, you got 14.0. Great job.
Transformation, 14.
From 11
for
points to
Teng
14.
Chi. He's completely in the picture now.
Yeah. Podium
Gain
can
of
be a
about
podium
2.25
finisher.
marks from the preliminary round. Fabulous start to this final.
Tayo Giubellini now on the high bars from Switzerland. The good thing about Matteo Giubellini is that he can execute a very well and very good execution. They just need to perfect those difficulties. Kinakabahan niya, you just felt sometimes nervousness. Let's go, Matteo.
We'll have seen just how good that first performance was.
Nice job.
He
The
does
first
very well.
release.
Clean looking work so far.
Yeah, very clean. Tapos na? Oh, low difficulties. Yun lang ang release niya.
Close control nicely up from Stolder into handstand.
Then this will not be a good podium finish.
And he dismounts with a good
Yeah.
degree of precision.
But a
The
good one.
difficulty of this routine,
Mababa ang difficulty.
one of the lowest, if not the lowest, that
Yeah.
we'll see in the final. Nonetheless, a lot that was done very well. It may be that with other improved performances in this final, he gets priced out of the market. But it won't be for want of clarity. It won't be for lack of good form.
Yeah, he has a good
Simply
form,
be
good clarity.
Because others have got more release moves and elements connected.
Sayang lang yung dismount lang. Wow. Dismaya siya sa ano. Amazing job, Matteo. Mga Pinay.
Reason to be really excited about the Giubellini brothers and the way that they're coming on in the sport as seniors.
Yes. They have a parent who is also a gymnast.
After this, we'll bring you all of the presentations.
Oh,
We've got
they Kazakhstan's
5
gymnast.
victory ceremonies to come.
Beautiful people. It's from France. A lot of Filipinos are watching gymnastics here
Calculate this score.
because they've been part of this gymnastics.
Well chosen, well timed to see that because we've got a British competitor next.
Ang gaganda, ah. Ang gaganda nila.
And lots of reason to be pleased about the Kazakhstan performances this weekend, and indeed in the World Cups this season. They were excellent in Osijek too.
Chutoy. Hello, boy. The great Turkish
Moment
gymnasts.
for the young gymnasts from Turkey as well in this World Cup. That excellent performance from Emirhan Kartan on vault will live in the memory.
Ito ganda rin ni ano, ng taga Hong Kong, China na gymnast. The British British fans, British supporters.
It's quite a long wait this for Oakley Banks.
Yeah.
Well, more than quite a long wait.
Quite a long wait. Hi, Mateo. Actually, Mateo looks like Italian than a Swiss. Also, the Indian family.
Still 6 gymnasts to come in this men's horizontal bar final.
Matteo Giubilini
Here's the
got
score,
13.0.
For Matteo Giubilini. Good
Second.
execution score, 8.3. And he does pick up a
Yeah,
little difficulty
8.3.
from qualification.
19 years old, Oakley
Oakley
Banks.
Banks, very promising young gymnast.
Indeed,
from
very
United Kingdom,
promising.
Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
It's the same here with Jake
A youth
Sherman.
coach at Pegasus Gymnastics, where he trains, based in Kent. And he's been a good part of some very successful junior teams in his career. Well
Nice.
performed, that Kovac skill.
Yes, Kovac. Ah, Casina,
And
good.
Coleman, he adds the twist position
Nice
into the
one.
Kovac.
It's a great release. And yes, having a good executions here. Ayun. Sayang, hindi nagagawa yung
Nice routine to
maganda
watch
yung
this.
handstand. Awesome
And no surprise
job.
that dismount was very clean too.
Clean execution, pero
It was entirely in keeping
may
with the character of
handstand
the
lang
whole
na hindi
performance.
nagawa ng maayos eh.
That's a job really well done.
That's a job well done.
A couple of really neat release moves.
Yeah, great job for our
James
British
Hall alongside
gymnast.
him, congratulating him. That must mean a lot to have James Hall there to help out, to give guidance, to learn from him.
Indeed. If you have a good senior from your country and you are in a good advantage.
No problems with that. He then used the Coleman variation.
The swings.
He's another gymnast who will look to build his difficulty as he goes through the next couple of years. But he's a tight and tidy looking young athlete.
Yeah, very tidy executions.
A lot to be encouraged by. How nice that is from James Hall.
Nice job from James. James Hall, great support.
Hall understands how important it is to have the support of your teammates. He's been chap in the British team for so
I
many
support
years that
you.
brings everyone together, that is a friend
The
to the athletes as
Filipinas.
well as being a teammate to them.
I support you. I
Well, they are
support you.
taking quite a while to get these horizontal bar scores in.
Yeah, masyadong matagal. Taking time for the scores to come out. Carry lang. Who are you supporting? Hindi naglagay ng pangalan. Everyone. I think these are Brazilian. They look like Brazilian. India. So you got 12.9.
12.9, excellent improvement for Oakley Banks.
Yes. 4.6
He
difficulty.
gains almost a full mark
Yeah.
from qualifying.
He can improve his difficulty maybe next time.
All three have improved. for
Milad
Oakley
Karimi now.
Milad
Age
Karimi's got a
25
lot to
years
do
old.
here because the 8th best qualifier, Tang Chi, has just produced the same score that Karimi got in qualification as the top qualifier. So we've got a very complicated picture developing. But Milad Karimi is a man who likes a challenge. I expect this to be a complicated routine.
Yeah, complicated mga routine ni Milad. Wow.
It's the twisting work
Yeah,
that
twisting
is so
work.
important to his difficulty.
Great difficulty and twisting work.
That power
Wow.
going into the Casina.
Casina. Amazing.
And into the Coleman.
Kovac. Ah, sorry, it's a Coleman? Yeah, that's a Coleman. Yun lang. Kalas na. No more release. But that's a good difficulties and good executions. Whoa, clean one.
Milad Karimi.
He can be a gold here.
Contending display.
Gold
To
contending
ask a
display.
question of Tang Chiahung later on. But will he be able to surpass Tang Chi?
Tang Chi, the only challenge for Tang Chi is
In
that
the setting of his senior international debut all those years ago, when he won a silver medal on floor in March of 2017.
yeah, we now have here Milad Karimi.
There is a lot of extremely good gymnastics going on in Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow. Ayun lang, nag-leg separation. Deductions dun, no? Yung tidiness. Awesome job, Milad. That's Miss Sophie, the Australian gymnast. Tan Chi, who can perform a very good difficulties also. The only challenge is to produce it in a very well-mannered execution. Yung mga bata. China. The Chinese are here. The Ukrainians. Beautiful Ukrainians. Maybe the kids here are also studying gymnastics.
Quite a delay as the calculations are being made.
Nagka-tantrums ng bata, oh.
All worth the wait if you get the score you were hoping for. And he has
Milad
done
is
14.5.
14.5. Wow,
He's
5.8
gained 6 tenths
difficulties.
of difficulty from qualification, 1/10 down in
Amazing.
execution, but that is a big increase.
Yeah, it's a big increase.
Well, how lovely when you think that the qualification scores were 11.766, which has turned into a 14, 12.433, which has turned into a 13, 11.966, which has turned into a 12.9, and 14, which has turned into a 14.5. It's very like the men's vault final. Everyone is raising the level when the medals are within sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on the final competition on our horizontal bar. The gymnast representing Ukraine.
We now have the Ukrainian gymnast, who's also a veteran gymnast, 28 years old, Vladislav Heriko.
Now
20
to
years old only.
Vlad Riko of Ukraine, the 5th best in qualifying.
5th best in qualifications.
Gymnast who has done wonderfully to keep on the international scene despite having an appalling period of injury several years ago. Dreadful knee surgery
Oh,
that he had
one.
to endure.
One arm giant. Cool. Leg separation lang, deductions done.
So far so good. What about this?
Wow,
release move?
Kasina,
There's his
great job.
Kasina.
Wala lang leg separation, deductions lang doon. One more release.
And the next
Kovac.
coming, the Coleman.
Bakit di ko... Kovac or Coleman? Yeah, it's a Coleman. Wow, straight catch up.
Straight Kachev.
Coleman. Ang Kovac yung paikot-ikot. Straddle catch up.
A traditional straddle Kachev.
Release.
And into the dismount.
Yes!
Oh,
Plus
very
0.1.
stable. That was great.
This can be a gold. What's a
Entirely
great
justified
position?
big celebration as Miladko
I was gonna say-
beams from the sidelines.
This can be a goal,
That was
good
very
position.
nice gymnastics from Vladislav Riko.
Yeah.
The Olympian from Rio de Janeiro. He's been around a long time. And even before that, twice a Youth Olympic Games medalist.
Oh, he competed in Rio Olympics also. Nice one. Vladislav Riko. An Olympian gymnast during the Rio. Nanda sa Kovac. Yun, ano lang, oh. Yung paa, masyadong malaki yung buka ng, the legs are very wide. There's a elbow arm bending. Deductions for that. Medyo maraming deductions. There are two.
There was a slight wildness in the leg form.
Yeah, very wide.
First couple of release moves.
And arm
But there was no doubt about the
bending
strength of his
also.
regrasp on the bar. He was in the right sort of place. And the dismount, well, that was really extremely
Yes.
clean.
Plus 0.1 points though. Bonus 0.1. Good job for the
What a lovely
dismount.
moment as he burst into celebration.
Yes, let's celebrate. Idrisov and Nariman Korbanov are at the back. Pogi. Just taking a little
Got 3
bit
more
time.
performances to come. And certainly one gymnast who's very capable when it comes to the complexity of his work and the execution of challenging Milad Karimi.
Yeah, can challenge Milad Karimi. Pero kasi yung mga leg separation masyado eh. Maybe no, maybe second silver medal position as of now. Third, 13.4.
13.4.
Because of the legs wide
Goes
separation.
the bronze medal position. Another improvement, up by almost 1.2 from the
We have
preliminary
here from
stage.
Hungary, Szilard Savory.
Szilard Savory,
19 years old.
penultimate performer. 12.1 in the qualification phase. But his execution was only 6.9.
Pogi yung mga Hungarian.
Another chap who's got a lot to play with in terms of his difficulty, which was 5.2. Won the silver medal at the Masters Championships of Hungary last year.
Beautiful gymnast. Oops! Ow!
Gosh, he's right by the bar there.
My God. Is he fine? Hope he's fine. Sakit yun ha. My God.
I hope everything is okay. That looked like a jarring connection.
Shucks.
Just give the
OMG.
coach and athlete time to make an assessment here. Well, as he came out of that twisting work, he was basically right on the bar. It was probably a lot
Yes.
closer than he realised.
Close na siya eh.
And it's vital in a situation like this that plenty of time be given to the medical team.
Will he continue?
Most
Yung impact nun,
important is that the
grabe.
athlete just remain where they are, and the coaches have that conversation with them, the medical staff assess through discussion first of all.
The camera is not... Here, you can see here, yung camera, the camera is not focused on what is happening there at the stage because it doesn't want to
Anything that
highlight
involves the athlete
the accident.
taking something that looks like a blow to the head obviously has to follow certain protocols. for good
That's a
reason.
protocol. They doesn't need to highlight that accident,
And absolutely the right
but instead
decision not
just to...
show any replay of that and to show the treatment, because it's a private moment now for the athlete and the coaching and medical staff just to get their bearings and work out what to do next. We'll have a look back at some of the actions so far.
Baka okay naman siya. Kung okay naman siya, mag-compete lang ulit. The performance of China a while ago. Great job from our Chinese.
After that, we saw
Giubilini.
Matteo Giubilini. Vast improvement from qualification.
Yeah, great improvement kay Matteo. Just to add more difficulties because he has a good executions. He is now ready to have a good difficulty.
And another real step up from the preliminary round, Oakley Banks.
Hindi pa lumalaban yung mga Italian gymnasts dito eh. The Italian gymnasts are great now too. From junior to senior. Now I think it's good. He can compete still.
Obvious concern
Ah!
for
He will not compete anymore.
Dinar Zavri,
Oh.
the Hungarian delegation watching on,
Oh my God,
He's-
may dugo.
being safely escorted from the field of play. It's on his feet, which is a positive thing.
Yung sa neck niya lang siguro nag-ano.
Obviously, his fellow competitors concerned for his welfare too.
Yeah. Shock yung mga ano. This can affect also the mood. Sayang hindi siya mag-compete.
Well, that was an unfortunate moment for young Dinar
Takot yung
Zavri.
mga bata.
Right down on the apparatus,
Natakot yung mga bata.
and rightly not continuing. Good to see that the routine was curtailed, that he didn't get back up on the apparatus.
Tang
We move to
Chiahong.
Tang Chiahong of Chinese Taipei, the second best performer in qualification with a score of 14. The same as Milad Karimi, just 1/10 between them on the execution tiebreak. But Karimi has
I
now
hope
gone a
Tan
little further
Ching's performance
by half a
will not
mark.
be affected by
So
what
we're going
happened
to
a while
see
ago.
what the Olympic bronze medalist on this apparatus can now do. Both he and Karimi have been the champion of Asia. Karimi succeeded him in that regard. He also succeeded him as the World University Games champion.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Really good
Twisting.
clearance as he twisted round.
Yeah, twisted round. Amazing. Whoa. The
Casina.
casino is amazing. Beautiful.
Performed.
Great executions. The only thing, the challenge for him is that he should not
There, they didn't mark him
wow.
with a full
Great
twist.
job. He mistakenly did it in the Olympics. I think he can be gold here. He can be gold here. Karimi will be silver. Come on!
Oh, yes!
Ay, sayang.
That
Ow!
attitude
It's
was
still
just
good.
about stayed on his
It's
feet.
still good. Maybe
Triple
silver.
rotation.
Wow, great job from Tan Ching. Sayang. Pero
That's
maybe
exciting.
silver or bronze.
From Tang Chiahong.
Maybe silver or
The
bronze.
King of Cats. Managing to land on his feet, as cats tend to do. Just about, though. It was
Na-overpower
civil
siya niya
dismount
eh.
after a big sequence of rotations.
Masyadong difficult yung ginawa niya eh.
Amazing to be able to get your bearings back,
Yeah.
twisting like that. Extraordinary
Great
skill.
job eh.
Keeps those heels well locked together for almost all of the casino, as much as is physically
Ayun oh,
possible.
elbow bending. Deductions din doon.
This is just lovely to watch.
Yeah, that's it. Oh. Doon siya nagkamali. That's his mistake. He had mistake there during the Olympics. He fell. But now, just during the...
And here we go. He's got to get such elevation.
Yan no? Ay naku, ang hirap nito. 1, 2, ayun. 3.
There will be a lot to come off the score, obviously, for
Sayang.
the end of that. Almost
Good. Almost gold.
bang on the mark.
Totoo nga bata. And here you go, Filipina kid. I think she's a Filipina. Kids are just playing around. The lady gymnasts there. Beautiful ladies. Second, 14.4.
14.4, but have a look at that difficulty. 6.5.
6.5.
So Karimi has got him this time.
Na ano lang, dun lang siya sa ano eh, sa dismount.
To be very,
Just
very
more
scoring.
is well known for the very clean executions. Age 22.
We move now to the last gymnast of this weekend of finals action. A young man who made it onto the podium in the parallel bars final. Now he comes into the horizontal bar final as the 4th best in qualifying. Good luck to Jesse Moore on this really significant weekend in his career.
Awesome job, Jess Moore.
His first release move. And then the straightened out version.
Yeah, straight catch up. No leg separation. That's good for Jess Moore. Dismount.
Well, that's a
very well done.
Dismount.
Very clean routine.
And a very good performance.
Very clean performance from Jess Moore. Can be bronze, but
champion of Oceania. He's had a memorable weekend, hasn't he? Competed at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Couldn't get the whole way through the all-around final due to a shoulder issue.
There you go. There is such arm bending deductions for that. Here's good. He did well.
We look back at his Kachev skills.
This is a very clean routine from Jess Moore. Good one. Nice job, Jess Moore. So actually, if you'll be watching gymnastics, might others see it as a boring sport, but actually it's not. Like, you will have to see how the gymnasts, how they are progressing, how they are keeping on progressing and making the difficulties to execute well. So as a gym goer, and also if you're a calisthenics athlete, so this is an inspiration also. As long as, and if you're a person going to the gym, you are inspired to execute well of our exercises well. A very clean routine. The Chinese are here. Kids are very lovely and they're so amazing.
Will be the 5 victory ceremonies. So do please stay with us for those.
Jess Moore now. So you got 5th place, 13.366. Because the difficulty is a little bit low, 4.7.
To finish 5th. Very well done to him.
Yeah, well done, Jess Moore. Very clean routine.
What an exciting horizontal bar final that was.
Ganda rin ang katawan niya.
Was set by that young man.
So, bronze medal for China. Tan Chi. Chinese Taipei. If Tang Chia-hong did have a very good dismount, or if he just choose to have a simple dismount, then he can be gold here. Of course, he will have a, will build up some lactic acid in his muscles. It's very hard not to watch or hard to execute the dismount because your muscles got you have limitations to your muscles. So my advice to Tang Chiahong is to have a more simple dismount, not anymore that triple tuck somersaults dismount, because that is very hard. You already have a good execution, so no need for you to execute a very hard dismount. You already have a good dismount executions for the routines. All right, thank you very much for subscribing, like, and share, and continue to watch. Okay, next week we'll be having a Cairo World Cup. This is the performance of Jess Moore. All right, and I believe next in line will be the medal ceremony. That's Jess Moore. And I hope
Next, we'll bring you the
the
victory
Hungarian
ceremonies
that
at the
has
Spire Dome in Doha.
encountered a accident will be healed immediately. God bless, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an inquiry for our last gymnast, Jessica over from Australia.
And we have got an inquiry in progress.
But he cannot, maybe fourth place.
Jessie Moore challenging.
It will be hard for him to
score.
be in the podium na, comparing to the Chinese gymnast. There is inquiry about Jessie Moore's score.
There would need to be a very big change to Jessie Moore's score in order for the medals to be different, but worth challenging it if he feels the difficulty's not been correctly calculated.
Yeah. Wait, so I'm just going to make just stay hold on for the medals victory ceremony. Because I'm going to make the video now for the replay for the men's horizontal bar finals. Just hold on for a little bit. Thank you. We'll bring you back there for the medal ceremony. All right. Thank you very much for holding. And do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel. And next week, we'll be having the APPARATUS World Cup Cairo. For next week, it will be a very good competition. Okay, back to the screen. So awarding ceremony now. Sino bang men's vote? Yung sinong nanalo? Tomorrow we will be having the replay for the men's vote. Who are the vote? Oh, okay. Nasser Triponi, Armenia.
DOHA World Cup of Artistic Gymnastics.
All right.
Emirhan, the captain of Turkey, wins the bronze medal. For the first time, he's on a senior international podium. And look at the company he's keeping. Joined by Olympic and World Championship medalists. That will inspire him. What an exciting performance. Nazar Chepurny of Ukraine, the winner of the silver medal in what was a Really compelling vault final with such a high standard of performance. Armenia's Arta Davtyan had some issues in qualification, but they did not spill over into the final itself. From third in the preliminary stage to the winner. And that is yet another vault title.
Ladies and gentlemen, please all stand for the singing of the national anthem of Armenia.
The third time this season a World Cup vault champion, Arta Davtyan. The medalists in the men's vault competition at the Doha World Cup. We remind ourselves of how it was that Arta Davtyan secured the title.
The 17th Artistic Gymnastics World Cup Awards Ceremony for the Women's Artistic Gymnastics Balance Beam category.
The victory ceremony for the women's balance beam competition at the Aspire Dome in Doha.
Third place and the winner of the bronze medal, Christina Zwicker from Croatia.
Congratulations to Kristina Zwicker of Croatia, back on a World Cup podium. Almost 5 years ago, she was the gold medalist at the World Cup in Hungary. Now, she returns, this specialist on the beam, showing us all why.
Second place and the winner of the silver medal, Tina Zelkin from Croatia.
A very fine time to be a Croatian balance beam specialist this weekend. Tina Zelcic, also on the podium. Another 22-year-old from Zagreb. A fifth World Cup medal. A second place finish.
And the champion and the winner of the gold medal, from Hungary.
Splendid weekend this for Greta Meyer of Hungary. The winner of the bronze medal in the vaulting competition, and now she is the champion on beam. She finished third at the Azerbaijan World Cup, but she's just won the first World Cup gold medal of her career, having been a World Challenge Cup champion in 2023.
We would like to request the officials to please join their medalists for a photo opportunity.
And there they are, the medalists in the women's balance beam competition at the Doha World Cup. And we look back at some of the finest moments of this final. The victory ceremony for the men's parallel bars competition. Winning the bronze medal, Switzerland's Matteo Giubellini for the first time on a World Cup podium. Huge congratulations also to another gymnast who appears on a World Cup podium for the first time, Jessie Moore of Australia. He improved upon his qualification performance too. It was such a close final, such a great contest between Moore and Ciperni, but by virtue of higher difficulty, Ciperni was able to win it by a matter of hundreds. He won the silver medal on the parallel bars at the Cottbus World Cup, his first competition since the Olympic Games. Now he wins a parallel bars title in Doha.
We would like to request our officials to join our medalists for a photo opportunity.
The medalists in the men's parallel bars competition at the Aspire Dome and the Doha World Cup.
The 17th Artistic Gymnastics World Cup Award Ceremony for the Women's Artistic Gymnastics Floor Exercise category.
The victory ceremony for the women's floor competition at the Doha World Cup.
Third place and the winner of the bronze medal.
Winning the bronze medal, Sara Peter of Hungary. It's the second time that she's been on a World Cup podium. And it's been a long wait for her since 2019 to reappear. She's earned this one, really earned it with hard work and with an excellent performance on the day. The same score as the silver medalist, but separated by execution. Canada's Audrey Rousseau, another gymnast who most recently appeared on a World Cup podium in 2019 before this weekend. She leaves with a bronze medal from yesterday and a silver medal today. A fabulous performance, so artistic, so memorable, and so richly deserved. That second place finish. But there is no denying the fantastic quality of tumbling of the champion, Sabrina Maneka-Voinea of Romania. She wins in Doha once again, as she did on her senior international debut in 2023. And they are thrilled, her many fans. The medalists in the women's floor competition at the Doha World Cup.
Congratulations, and let's give them a round of applause. The 17th Artistic Gymnastics World Cup Award Ceremony for the men's artistic gymnastics horizontal bar category.
The victory ceremony for the men's horizontal bar competition. The setting is the Aspire Dome in Doha, Qatar.
Third place and the winner of the bronze medal. From People's Republic of China.
Dang Chi from the People's Republic of China is the winner of the bronze medal, and what a transformation. He barely made it into the final with a score of 11.766. Well, when the final came around, he flew up to 14. First World Cup honours.
Second place and the winner of the silver medal.
Had it not been for a lot of steps on the dismount, he would be the champion. This is a big routine from Tang Chia-hung, a 6.5 for difficulty. It's going to be a joy watching that evolve over the course of the season. For now, it's silver for Tang Chia-hung. More to come, one imagines. Much more to come. Milad Karimi from Kazakhstan wins his second consecutive horizontal bar World Cup title and becomes the first gentleman this season to win more than one on that apparatus. He's in a great position to take the overall World Cup title. We'll have the national anthem now of Kazakhstan.
Milad Karimi of Kazakhstan.
medalists in the men's horizontal bar competition at the Doha.
Congratulations to all, especially to Milad Karimi. Redemption from Olympics.
Two gold medals this weekend for Milad Karimi as well. What an accomplishment. And we look back at how Milad Karimi secured.
Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Bye. God bless you all. See you next week.